is on the Hybrid Life product from Fidelity Life Association. What is Hybrid Life? It is a fully underwritten term product that combines the traditional route of applying for term life insurance with the non-medical approval process. It is a way to issue a high face amount, low-cost term life insurance policy quickly. It's underwritten by Fidelity Life, established in 1896. What Hybrid Life does is it provides your customers with something new and different and eliminates comparative shopping. Issue ages by term period. This screen shows what term lengths are available and what the issue ages are. So as you can see, you have 10, 15, 20, and 30-year options, and the issue ages are 18 to 65. Hybrid process. Here's how the Hybrid Life process works. First, the insured qualifies for coverage by completing the initial non-medical underwriting process. Most policies are approved within 1 to 2 days. Once approved non-medically, the insured will have a policy that is a blend of part term life coverage and part accidental death coverage. At this point, the insured has the option to take a free paramed exam to improve the blend of coverage to the full term death benefit. A note on this, the insured has up to 6 months to complete that paramed exam to allow for scheduling convenience and/or a more favorable blend of benefits, either to lose weight or lower cholesterol, for example. Now, I will note that I know we do say 6 months, but it is recommended that they complete the exam within 30 days. The intent of this product is for them to go through the medical exam so that they can improve that blended coverage to the full term amount. You never want to leave your customer in a worse situation. You always want to put them in the best situation possible. So when you offer this product, if you sell this product, you want to make sure that the client understands that they will have to take a medical exam. Okay, so once they are approved non-medically, they have the option to take that exam, and then based on the results of that exam, Fidelity may adjust the blend of coverage initially provided, e.g. increase the portion of the policy that pays for all causes of death at no additional cost. So that's one of the benefits of going through the medical exam. A little bit more about underwriting here. So as far as the non-medical underwriting goes, client will apply online through the Rapid App system. Fidelity will look at, and policy approval will depend upon answers to the health questions on the application and results from database sources such as MIB, MVR, and pharmacy records. Okay. Also, phone interviews are required for applicants 56 and older and initiated only if needed or for all others. Okay. Now, as for premium classes go, Fidelity and this hybrid product, there are 3 tiers to how they price this particular product. Tier 1 is equivalent to the premium charge for the preferred medically underwritten premium class, assuming 100% all-cause coverage. Tier 2 is equivalent to the premium charge for the standard medically underwritten premium class, assuming 100% all-cause coverage. And Tier 3 is equivalent to Table D. So the easiest way to understand this is there's really only 3 price points a client's going to qualify for initially, preferred, standard, or Table 4. So it just keeps it easy when quoting your customer. Okay, so a little bit about how to actually quote here for that initial non-med portion. As you can see here, this is a screenshot taken from the product guide. On the left-hand column under medical history, you will see the condition, and then on the other columns here, you have the Tier 1, Tier 2, or Tier 3 pricing. So for example, if you had a client that had anxiety, right, it was mild, treated within the past 2 years, you can notice here that they will qualify for Tier 2 or Tier 3. So that's how you would read it. Again, this list isn't all inclusive, so you will have to, keep in mind your own underwriting guides and the underwriting guides provided by Fidelity. And then same for medications. If they're taking, for example, 2 blood pressure, 1 cholesterol, you can see here that they would qualify for Tier 2 and not the Tier 1 price. This is a screenshot from the hybrid underwriting guidelines for the medical. So this is after they've taken the medical exam. If any of these conditions apply, this is what you can look at. So again, how you would read it is, for example, if they had a DUI here, if none in the past 5 years, they'll qualify for the preferred rate. If they had none in the past 2, the standard, and if they had 1, any recent than that, then Table Table 4 would be the only option, and that's, again, this is after they take the medical exam. Okay, and the medical classes, so again, this is after the client has taken the medical exam. You have preferred nicotine, standard, not nicotine, and then as well as substandard rating. So with the non-med approval, there's only 3 price points, but once the client goes through the medical exam, then the rate classes do open up. A little bit more about the hybrid sales process. Quoting can be done through Fidelity's Rapid App online system. You can run a quote there to get the blended coverage as far as what all-cause amount is going to be and the accidental portion for your client. Submission is done through the Rapid App, Fidelity Life's online application system. Phone calls must be recorded for compliance requirement. That requirement does vary, so check. That's something you will need to check with your sales manager. Paramed, once initial blended policy is issued and paid, Fidelity Life will order and have the Paramed scheduled. Reminders are sent by Fidelity via email/mail to customer if the Paramed is not initially scheduled. So if once a policy goes in force for the non-med, again, you want to encourage your client to schedule the exam so that they improve the blended coverage of the all-cause. Case status and requirements. Info also available in the pending business detail on your website. So where you submit your application, you can also view case updates. Key insight to selling hybrid. The most important point to remember is that when you explain hybrid life to customers, you want to focus on the following. 1, the initial coverage is a blend of all-cause insurance, which is life insurance that pays for all causes of death, and accidental death benefit insurance, life insurance that pays only for accidental death. That's a big thing that you want to make sure your clients understand before they purchase this policy, is that they're not getting the full $500,000 in term coverage, for example, up front. They will have to go through the medical exam in order to get that. Second thing to keep in mind is that Hybrid Life offers the option of completing a medical exam after the initial coverage is in place within the first 6 months, which allows most customers to increase the all-cause portion of their coverage and reduce the accidental death benefit portion proportionally. So again, yes, the client will have a blended policy. That's a life insurance policy. It will cover them if they die of an accident or a natural cause before taking the exam. But it's in their best interest to go through that medical exam, to go through the full underwriting, to convert that blend to the full term amount. Okay, this next slide here is just a comparison, the hybrid advantage versus the traditional fully underwritten term product. So on the left-hand side here, this is what you'll typically get from a term insurance plan, like an ING or a Banner Life or an AIG policy. You'll get temporary coverage may be available, but benefits paid only upon favorable full medical underwriting is completed. With hybrid, coverage is immediate, and benefits will be paid on in-force policies. On a normal term policy, policies issued in force typically within 2 to 3 months. After a lengthy underwriting process, then commissions are finally paid. Second here with hybrid is policies issued in force in as little as 24 to 48 hours after a rapid decision underwriting, and commissions are paid on that initial non-med policy. With a traditional plan, coverage can be denied after medical exam results are known, temporary coverage is withdrawn, and with hybrid, coverage can never be terminated once issued, regardless of medical exam results, provided all questions are answered honestly. That, to me, is probably one of the bigger benefits that hybrid provides to customers versus customers applying with the traditional route is even if a client gets declined after taking a medical exam, they still get to keep that blended policy, and that's at the same price that they initially applied for. With the traditional plan, when coverage is approved based on medical results, full coverage finally begins usually in 2 to 3 months. If a medical exam is done within 6 months and confirms the insured is in good health, then the blended coverage amount may favorably change, allowing greater all-cause coverage. So again, just to highlight some examples of, to compare the hybrid versus the traditional term. So, hybrid summary of benefits. Competitively priced high face amount coverage. Face amounts range from $50,000 to $1 million. You get a blended coverage available within 24 to 48 hour approval process. You have the ability for the insured to defer the medical exam for up to 6 months, but like we talked about, you want to encourage them to get that done within 30 days. Upon completion of medical exam, medical underwriting results can allow for an increase in the all-cause portion up to 100%. This just means they'll get the full term life death benefit should they come back approved as applied. If underwriting results are unfavorable, the initial non-med coverage will remain in force. Again, a big, big benefit to the client. Choice to not undergo medical underwriting and keep the initial blended policy. Another benefit, if the client decides that they just don't want to take the exam or they never have time to take the exam, then they can keep that initial non-med policy. But keep in mind, it is a blended policy. And then in closing, the quickest way to obtain high face amount, low-cost term life insurance is with this hybrid life policy, and it is one of the most innovative term life insurance products in the industry today. Thank you.